Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Alien Isolation. This is episode 20, and we might be on the final episode. Not really sure, I can't remember exactly how much is left. But last time we had to take a detour to get back here to the Spaceflight Terminal so that we can extend the tow clamps and use that to reach the Torrens. I think this is a part of Spaceflight Terminal that we were never at before. Though this looks like the main room. It could be that the map just doesn't show it as the same room. Yeah, I remember this terminal being here, and those are the shutters there. But this was the long path before. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think this is the same place. It's just this was blocked off completely before. And the conveyor is downstairs, which means that the terminal should be downstairs too. Yep, there's the restaurant. So yeah, I think we can get that Nostromo log while we're here. I guess we don't need to save again, nothing's going on right now. No Xenomorphs in this area. We actually have to go down the other side to get around the restaurant. I like how the last section, though, we had like the dramatic music as we're escaping, and then it's just kind of dead silent here. We've come full circle. Great. EMP version 3. I guess we could have gotten that if we'd come back here once we got the ion torch, but not going to help us much now.
This is Dallas. I'm about to broadcast the Nostromo report packet back to the Sol system before we hit the pods. Nearest open relay station looks to be Sevastopol. All things being well, you'll hear from us once we reach the edge of Sol. Don't miss us too much. Dallas out.
So yeah, those logs are neat collectibles, but they're really not adding anything essential to the story. Aside from the one that Ripley left, you know, the one that we got on the Anisadora, but that is story progress based, so makes sense that that's the important one. Well, I'm still not clear on if it's Marlowe that erased the data on the flight recorder, hence why he had that log on his computer there. Because it seems to fit with his plan that people can't find out about the Xenomorphs, so if you erase the log of going to LV-426, then they won't know where they are. But of course the company already knew they were there. Alright. Map. Chill, Verlaine. I have to get to a terminal.
Are you close enough for radio contact? I'm here!
Ripley! Thank God, I hear you! I need you to extend the dog cradle lens quickly. There are two. Should be close by.
Alright, so Torrens is waiting for us. Pretty sure we got a friend out here. Christ, do you have to be so loud? I actually don't even know if we have a xenomorph in the room or if it's just in the ducts. But we're definitely getting a contact on the motion tracker.
That's it, Ripley. Now use the terminal to extend the docking clamp.
Still got a grabby leg hanging around here. We're just gonna go around him. Orbital stabilizer array backups are offline. System waiting for orbital emergency convener response.
Verlaine, the docking clamps are engaging.
Okay, now find the upper control room.
Really? That was a long reach. And I want to have more medkits handy. In case we need them. Okay. Personnel, umbilical control, that's probably what we need. We actually seem to be fairly alien-free at the moment.
Verlaine, there is no personnel umbilical. It's long gone.
What?
Wait, I think I can use the maintenance rig instead. If I can find an EVA suit, I can still get to you.
Be careful, Ripley.
Now confirm that all Sevastopol systems are operational and our KG-348 orbit is no longer degenerative. My thanks to the tow team. We're open for business. Good luck, everyone. Really? They haven't used this since then? Okay, personnel umbilical's gone, but we have the maintenance rig.
That's it.
So now we just have to get back down to that airlock we were just at. Alright. We're filling up our flamethrower tank a little at a time. Can't save again. And now we just follow him down. Alright, there's the other one. I think this is actually the only time you encounter two of them simultaneously in the entire game. Shit, I need to get back over there. Yeah, that one's on fire to make it harder. We can go out here. Ooh, they're right up there. So yeah, if we get detected here, it's going to be a big problem because Flamethrower can drive off one, but probably not both of them before one of them gets me. Though that's such a short section that it doesn't really make a difference. And now, all is calm here in the airlock. Deceptively calm. They really, they moved on from their old nest pretty quickly and got set up again. I guess they were in a hurry, because they didn't resin us in very good. And our egg had not yet awoken, for some reason. So yeah, the Xenomorphs escaped and managed to come here where they built another nest. Very, sporadically. Oh boy. But you thought we were done with the game, right? You thought we were gonna do our final escape, but they're like, nope. Drag you back in for one more mission. Where even are we? Station maintenance. Okay, so this is not even somewhere we've been before. Apparently there's something over here. The first nest made it seem like there was a queen on board, but this one makes it seem more like there is actually just some ovomorphing going on. Unless the queen also escaped the reactor vent, which she might have, because she is the smartest of the bunch. Motion tracker is really not very useful down here. I don't know what happened to the hallway there. It's also possible that this was a secondary nest already set up before the reactor purge, which is what I'm thinking, just because there's a lot of empty eggs here. And there probably wouldn't have been enough people alive to make use of those eggs. I don't seem to have my maintenance jack anymore. Can't swing it. Maybe just because I'm crouching? What are you boys all looking at? Oh, this used to be the transit system. There was that one guy saying, oh, it's not like they're going to use the transit to get around. Yeah, maybe not the cars, but definitely the tunnels. This place has been hit even worse than anywhere else, but they said this place was already falling apart, the transit system, before the station started plummeting and exploding. I didn't actually remember getting kidnapped and brought here, but I did remember there being kind of like some fleshy wall sections towards the end. So I guess that's probably this part.
Just let me make it through here.
I don't know where we need to go from here. Motion tracker is kind of useless. Can I just climb over this? I can. I believe that in Nightmare difficulty, the motion tracker is basically always like this. And I think it's also permadeath? I don't know, it doesn't sound like a fun difficulty, considering how long the game is. Like, permadeath sounds completely unappealing. I mean, sure, I guess maybe when you've mastered it, you're like, I really want to try my luck. Same thing with Ultra Nightmare and Doom, but at least that is a very different style of gameplay where, you know, one mistake will kill you, but not in the same way as in this, where one mistake will insta-kill you. Who's even sending these things around anymore? I don't think they automatically travel unless someone calls them. There's that classic track again. Okay, we're not that far from where we need to be. I know you're out here. I hear another one, but it doesn't sound like it's in the vents here. Elevator? Okay. Oh, I was waiting for it to fall, but I guess it already fell. We're getting into new Tomb Raider territory of number of times she gets injured by falling. Though I guess it's not It's not New Tomb Raider until you get impaled by a piece of metal or something.
Verlaine, are you there? Please tell me.
Ripley, I thought I lost you. We're being dragged down to Sevastopol. The gravitational pull has twisted the rig and we can't get free from the station.
What do you need me to do?
Get out the airlock and EVA over to the maintenance platform. There are explosive bolts on the emergency release. Hurry! Sevastopol is going fast.
Won't let you down.
This room is so on fire that I can barely recognize it. Alright, let's try this again and maybe look at the vent before you put the suit on. Time to leave the station and never go back. Hey, Verlaine, I think you got a hitchhiker. Hard to tell with this shitstorm out here. I appreciate, though, that everything is also realistically quiet out here. All we can really hear is the vibrations coming through the suit. And much like, pretty much almost every other Alien movie, no one survived. Except us and the Torrens crew. Everyone we met, everyone we came with, they all died.
I'm here, Verlaine. There should be 2 priming mechanisms to unlock the manual release.
I see them.
Not sure why the terminal activates the opposite bolt. That's not great. Much like rats, the Xenomorphs will get into anything they can access.
Ripley! Ripley, are you still there?
Hey look, it's just like the self-destruct mechanism on the Nostromo. Yeah, you think Amanda would have mentioned the Xenomorph on the roof. I mean, like, credit to the original Alien, this process is definitely like, you have to be sure you want to blow up the goddamn ship. It's not just a button you can press. And this doesn't even blow up the ship. This just blows up the maintenance umbilical. But I feel like when they were developing this, they're like, okay, we have to integrate this somewhere. There she goes. All the Xenomorphs wiped out. And anyone who was still alive, but I don't think there were very many people still alive. And no evidence that the station ever existed. Because I assume that's all crushed into the gravity of the gas giant. Alright, so
I'm on my way up to the bridge.
we shook off the Xenomorphs that were about to grab us, because they can't use their tails to grab on. Honestly, the Xenomorph tail doesn't really seem useful for anything except being a weapon. They never seem to use it for anything else. Remember when we started here and I did a tour of the Torrens? The DLC that lets you play through bits of Alien also just uses basically the same map. Just with a, you know, a few film-appropriate details
Verlaine?
scattered around. Can't take this off, right? Even though there's an open spot there. We don't have time. We gotta get out of here. Yeah, so she probably shouldn't have set the airlock to automatic. But Ripley didn't warn her that there were Xenomorphs outside. So we survived, but we blew ourselves out the airlock. And I know people were disappointed with that ending because it leaves Ripley's fate in question. Though I guess her fate really isn't in question because canonically she survived to die of old age, you know, as demonstrated in Aliens. But still, it does kind of leave you with like a, well, I survived all that and now I'm just floating in space. And then it's still weird to me that there's no like solid connection from this ending to the start of Blackout. Am I going to do Blackout as a playthrough? I did say that I actually probably would after finishing Isolation, but when I said that, I didn't even think I would have started Isolation by now. I think I am going to do it, though, because it's a lot shorter, and despite being disappointed that that's all we get for a sequel, that and a kind of lackluster pair of graphic novels, which is Aliens Defiance and Rescue, I think, are the two that star Amanda and her marine friend, who is only mentioned in the novel. Like, she obviously wasn't mentioned at all here. But yeah, that's Alien Isolation. I enjoyed playing through it again. I feel like I had less trouble this time than I did the first time. I still died a bunch in places where I kind of expected to. I didn't know Dan Abnett did some of the writing for this game. That's one of the better Warhammer novel writers. Did like the Eisenhorn series and the Gaunt's Ghosts. But yeah, I enjoyed this. I had trouble where I thought I would, but not as much as I thought I would overall. I thought there was going to be a lot more dying in this LP. I mean, there's a couple episodes where I went through with almost no deaths. When did You Are My Lucky Star actually play? I mean, I feel like it would have been a little weird if Amanda started just, mumbling that to herself as she was doing the bolts, because that's a little too directly a reference to when Ripley's doing it. Oh, I guess she didn't do that when she was... I can't remember. It's been probably not that long since I saw Alien. I think I rewatched all four a year ago. Those are movies I could honestly watch a bunch of times. Even the ones that people don't like, 3 and Resurrection. Resurrection is a weird thing because
network will pick me up.
It feels less like a sequel to the series and more like the aliens have been transplanted to another universe, simply because it's set like 200 years after Alien 3, where Weyland-Yutani doesn't exist anymore, and the Earth government is now the bad guy, and Joss Whedon was just practicing for Firefly with that crew. But yeah, I enjoy Alien Resurrection. It's a decently fun movie, even with the goofy human xenomorph hybrid. Will we ever see another Alien Isolation? Probably not, honestly. I think that the cards just don't line up for it, because this was already kind of outside the Creative Assembly wheelhouse. They're mostly known for Total War, so this was kind of a jump in the dark for them, I think. But they did it really well. It didn't sell as well as Sega wanted. They said it was a commercial failure to some extent, even though it sold and reviewed really well, but that was at the time where all these publishers were putting, like, ridiculous sales figures on every game. And a lot of that came from having overinflated licensing and advertising budgets. But, compared to what else they had, Colonial Marines, I think this is a much bigger success story, because Colonial Marines was a fucking abortion. I honestly wonder if the same studio that Gearbox outsourced most of Colonial Marines to also made the DLC, because I remember when I did the playthrough of the DLC, I was like, this is closer to what this game should have been like all the time. Anyhow, thank you for joining me through this rather long LP of Alien Isolation, but I think it was worth it. Hopefully this episode will be out before December, because it's August now at the time of recording this, but I know that even the first episode's not going to go out until next month, because I've already got a bunch of other LPs I already recorded before this that have to go out. But I'm kind of getting a nice comfy backlog up, because I might be a little busier by the time you're seeing this. I'll have less time for recording, so having a lot of LPs queued up is good, because I can just work on those without having to worry about recording more. So yeah, I think we will do Blackout, because it seemed decent. When I did that first impressions, I was surprised, actually, by its quality, that it actually seemed like a decent idea on top of a decent execution, even if it reuses a lot of Alien Isolation assets. But I want to see how that ends, if it really has any, sufficient ending to continue Ripley's story, because I believe that takes place before either of the comics. It's kind of the bridge between the end of Isolation and the start of Defiance. So, you folks all take care, and probably be seeing you with some more Alien stuff this year, because we're not quite done with this franchise yet. And that's not counting Fireteam, which you've probably seen by now. Take care, everyone.